This must be the orc camp. At least there are plenty of orcs here, it looks like. Yep. So let's try to thin one or two of these. Archers! I think I hear a dwarf around here somewhere. Well, that may come in handy. Well, that's 2 down, and I'm sure a lot more to go. Now, what all did he want me to do in here? Just thin their numbers, I guess? Oh. And kill their leader, of course. I'm sure they got a leader here somewhere. Well, I'm sure that 2 of us will be able to make short work of this. Oops. Hey, off of him, off of him. Yeah, be quiet. Oh, this should be... Hey, that was my weapon. Yeah, there we go. Take that kick. Now, that looks like a place for a leader to be. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't want to be snuck by, huh? Well then. Alright, next time I won't ignore work on the way to the leader, that's for sure. Because they all like to be the one to get killed first. Now, up here. Ooh, that's quite a group up there. Hope that dwarf is willing to help. There you go. Hey! Well, we'll take care of that. Yeah, let go. The other captain. Oh, I think we've taken care of the leader. Thank you. Well, that's done. Oh, look! Another artifact. Speaking of which, it's about time I start to take these back to Aylmer and see what he thinks about them. I am back, sir, and I have some artifacts with me. Thank you, Pineleaf. We have precious little from the time of our forefathers. The Aerthingas will fight in our ancestors' name in this great battle to come. Well, at least he didn't have another quest for me. Now, let's head back to Adborn and tell him that we took care of that orc camp. I am back from Neuhardt. Good to hear that Bloodletter and his followers are no longer a threat to the hosts of the West. Now we can focus on the road ahead.
Be wary, my friends.
One last
spoils these grounds.
One last chore remains in Harendir before we send you further into the waste. We have supplies here that would be useful to the camp of the host, but they need to be gathered before we continue our march. There's armor and weapons to be gathered and water skins to be filled. Can I ask you that you take a sweep of Harendir and attend to this? I know it's a bit menial for such a skilled warden, but we're woefully short-handed. You're short-handed, so you find the shortest person to do all the heavy lifting. Wonderful! Now, let's see. Find a bucket of water to fill some water skins. I think we can do that. At least. Let's see. So there's a well here somewhere. Yeah, here's a well. And a bucket. Bit empty, so let's get some water. Now we need to find some skins about here. Surely there are a few of them. Ah, here's one. And if there's a place that's going to need some, where you'll be needing some water, it is most definitely this place. It's not exactly the most thirst-quenching spot, I would say, that I've traveled in my times. And here we have the final water skin. I'm running out of water, but now I need to find weapons and armor. I would presume they don't want me to collect the weapons and armor that's on the soldiers. So let's find some unattended weapons and armor and take care of that. Apparently they were hiding it so that I don't find it all that well. That's it. Maybe actually the Rangers have all of it. Well, that's... alright, here's a weapon rack. Okay, good. They want me to carry all... Rangers... I hope this is the last of it. Because my arms are getting tired. Now, let's get back to Anborn, and if he tells me that he needs me to polish his boots, I'm going to slap him in the face. Actually, maybe I could use one of these swords to slap in the face. That would be much more suitable. Now, I gotta find out where he is. I think he's down this way. Of course, he had to send me all the way to the other end of the camp. Alright, Blop. Here are the weapons. Thank you, Pineleaf. Every bit of help counts, even if it's something simple. The Rangers are now prepared to join the host in the west in their march to the Black Gate. However, there's still plenty to be done in the waste before that. Gladhir and Mendal may have a lead for you. Of course they may. What else? Oh my, that looks like a nasty place. That must be Ondahir's Folly. And I was asked to meet Leglaw in some ruins nearby, which I presume that's what these are. So let's see if they have anything to say. Hello there! Anything interesting happening down there? Pineleaf, keep your head low and... oh, sorry, I meant no offense there, my friend. Yes, let us speak swiftly and quietly about what is down there in the orcs. I have not come alone, but Minchem and I cannot defend against their numbers. As for the lore master Artemir, he does not even have a weapon to yield. He imagines to some sort of careless expedition, I think. I hope he realizes his folly soon, but not by an orcish blade. Yes, most of our forces are gathered up ahead, up on the hill of Ondahir's Folly, but a small outpost lies on the northeast just over the ridge. We know little of their intent, but I worry that they aim to endanger the host of the west before it reaches the Black Gate, even if their master wishes otherwise. We must learn more about their purpose at Ondahir's Folly, but I shall not risk a direct attack until we know more. Travel to their outpost and see if you can discover anything from the orcs encamped there. Alright, well, I'll do your little patrol. And go down this way. Let's see if I can learn anything. Right, to not get too close to there. And hopefully I could do this without being interrupted by every cave claw in the area. Well, that looks like an orcish outpost. Maybe they'll know something. Few orcs in this. Picking up bones? Well, is that all they have left to eat? I don't even want to think about that. Hopefully they're not hobbit bones. Oh, no, no. Alright. Where? Oh! That's where that archer is. Ouch! Well, I hope my shield can block all those shots. Hey, get that poison out of here. Oh, thank you for coming down! It was going to be such a problem for me to get up there and kill you. But you made it easy for me. Stupid orc. Probably came down to pet the dog. Alright, here we go. None of them have any orders. Orcs! So inconsiderate. So inconsiderate. Don't even carry orders with them when they could be useful for me to find them, right? Well, I suppose I shouldn't have expected too much from them. Yeah. Somebody must have something around here somewhere, right? Maybe we have to... Oh, wait. Maybe I need to search these orcs a little bit more thoroughly. Maybe they're not carrying it in their hand. That's a possibility. Oh, actually this one did have it in his hand. See. We have nearly exhausted our supply of Gondorian prisoners, but I have heard tell of a great force of men approaching from the southwest. Capture any that draw too close and make ready to deliver them to the Falter Sheik. After you have claimed these men, return to Mordor and gather any weak or elderly Nirnhoth that you can find. Promise them freedom from their shackles, but instead deliver them unto me on the hill of sacrifice, the Bloodletter. These guys are evil. That's all I gotta say. These guys are simply evil. I found some orders here. What have you learned of the orcs' plans? Were you able to recover anything? Our foes to the north are great in numbers as we expected, but I am left with more questions. The identity of this Bloodletter is unknown to us. They also have many unfortunate prisoners in their keeping, but we do not know what or where this Falter Sheik could be. It troubles me, my friend. Much of this writing is in Westron. For what purpose is a single phrase in the tongue of the orcs? It could be the name of a location. You ever thought of that? Yeah. Well, I assume that bringing along a lore master such as Artemir might have been a great help for us in such a chance find, but the man seems repulsed by the mere mention of the black speech. The poor fellow should have stayed back in Harendir. It seems Mandel was wise to ask for the aid of Mincham after all. The ranger is well learned in the language of the enemy. Bring this missive to Mincham and see what he can make of it. Alright, I suppose we could do that. Let's see. Oops. Ah, there you are. Hello, Mincham. Anything you can make out of this word in the middle of this letter? What is this missive? Let's see. By my reading of these orders, I understand that Onderheer's Folly and Father Sheik be the very same, and it seems that the orcs have made something far worse of that hill than a mere strategic holding. That phrase, Father Sheik, it is. It means Fane of Screaming. Such a name, it affords new significance to the grim structure that towers the hill. It is not merely an orcish encampment, my friend. It is a temple of slaughter. The Fane of Screaming. What a vile name for a place of such sorrow for the people of Gondor. I have heard tales told by Aragorn of the king of old, Onderheer, and the fate that traveled far to meet him there. I believe that is a tale better told in Artemir, and in less pressing times. Suffice to say, a king of Númenorian blood laid low by the enemy's servants is not soon to be forgotten. They have twisted the loss of Gondor into a monument of their own master. It is clear that these orcs have defiled the hill, and I fear many of the Dark Lord's prisoners have met their end on its summit, and without the mercy of a swift death. Even in wartime, and with a great battle looming, I cannot abandon those that still remain in such a fate. I could not forgive myself by turning away from this pain, Pineleaf, and I believe Aragorn will consider this the proper course as well. Travel to Onderheer's Folly, and free all the prisoners you can find. I shall keep watch for your return, my friend. Well, I'll see what I can do, but better make sure that nobody else here has any tasks for me. It'd be a shame to go through all this trouble and be told to return. Hello there, Leglo. Anything else you need me to do? Because it appears that I need to go in there and free some prisoners that are about to be tortured.
The enemy gains ground, yet you trouble me with your trifles.
The Fane of Screaming, you say? It is truly the name that hath bestowed upon the hill? If the orcs sought to provoke us into insults, I shall let them consider this a victory, but it will be their last. It has been long since we moved against the orcs of the waste directly, and I believe it likely an assault would catch them by surprise. I no longer doubt your place among the rangers, my friend, for you have done much to aid the company, and I trust that you would do it again. For the sake of our king's memory and the fallen, ride to Onderheer's Folly and put an end to these orcs. Well, I guess I'll have to do that in order to free those prisoners, so that's what I'll be doing in the next episode of Pineleaf in Gondor.